really didn't have a specific subject of what am I painting, why am I painting. I was just kind of following my impulse and my need to just mess around with paint. I did pictures of my family when I was a kid, of my neighborhood, of my house outside. Not because I wanted to in terms of telling, trying to say something, but because I didn't know what else to draw. I always have been fascinated with painting, but painting this process, not as a way of just painting a story. And I was always obsessed with painters, and I would go to museums and I would see paintings and I would react to them materialistically. I was making paintings at school, didn't really like some of the paintings, and I didn't have the guts. I would scrape the paintings away, what I had painted, and I didn't have the guts to throw away that amount of oil paint because it's so expensive. And I kind of built up in my studio a kind of big chunk of just dry oil paint. So I started actually taking all those chunks and I started spray painting them with aluminum spray paint, and what it did is that it kind of created this illusion of the material being tinfoil. I started collaging them on the canvas, and people will look at it like, I don't know, the tinfoil. I'm like, no, it's oil paint. And at some point I needed more dry paint because I ran out of it. So I started painting glass and waited a few days and then scraped it. All of a sudden I noticed that some of the glass was stained, and the stain will come up in the paint. So I started just making mark making on glass and scraping the paint out and coming up with this beautiful print looking, kind of distort and all this amazingness, and it was still oil paint. I was converting oil paint from something that had a two-dimensional approach to something three-dimensional. Most of the time what I do, I have these walls full of glasses, plexiglasses, and I make different types of painting. Sometimes they are gestural paintings that depict kind of abstract expressionism, and then you have some other paintings that start from some that deals in some way with the personal, so it starts from some kind of personal point, not necessarily for me to try to create a narrative or a story. It's just that I need an excuse to start painting sometimes. I want to paint, but I don't know what. So the abstract pieces are cool. But then other paintings where I want to start with something that can be a little idea in terms of something a little more representational. So either I get something from a text, or I get something inspired on other painters that I like. The thing is that I do the paintings kind of in reverse. So I would need, for example, if I paint you right now, I would need to make a painting of you, and then a chair, and then cover it completely with what later is a background. When eventually, in a traditional way of painting, or a conventional way of painting, you paint the background, you paint the chair, and then you paint the person. So I do a painting that eventually disappears, and all of a sudden when I scrape it out, I have a brand new painting that never expected. That idea of making a work that you don't really have control of what is it going to be is very human. So most of the paintings going on Istanbul are the Hassan paintings, and I think there's a text piece going, and I'm very excited to see how people react to it. I love a lot of these old master paintings. I've been very influenced by their work and their history, and how people has responded to it, and how painting has been like a ongoing conversation from them to Sai Twombly to me, and so on and so on. Like you trying to reinvent what already has been told, but it's still about painting. At the end, it's still about painting, and how you push painting towards the different, the next level.